Hey guys, what's up? It's Paul. Today, I'm really excited about this episode of Toys in Motion. This is one of my favorite superheroes forever. Since the time I was a little kid, I've been collecting his comic books, watching the cartoons, the TV shows, the movies, everything there is to watch. I absolutely love this superhero. And of course, it's the Hulk. So here is what we're going to be checking out today. This is Diamond Select Toys Immortal Hulk. This guy is awesome. You know, I have been waiting to open this guy up. I've had him sitting here all this time. And man, I've been looking at him sitting in his box. And I can't wait to check this guy out, open him up. You know, this figure is awesome. I love him. He weighs a ton. He is 1/12 scale, but he's like Hulk 1/12 scale. So, like the size of him compared to other 1/12 action figures, we'll take a look at him when we go over to the table compared to some of the other figures. But he is so impressive. I'll tell you. When I first saw this figure and realized that it had separate hands and an alternate head, man, I immediately had a vision for a custom. You know, a lot of these figures that come apart like this, man, they are so awesome because I love to do my own characters, you know. That's why I like the Mythic Legion so much, because they have that pop and swap where the figures come apart and they're pretty much interchangeable with the different figures in that line. So you can customize, you can do all kinds of stuff. And with 3D printing, which of course I have a website, I do the 3D printing and sell accessories and heads and props. If you want to check it out, it's trollheadstudios.com. There's a link in the description below. But when I saw this figure, I was just blown away by the opportunity to do something that I've always wanted to do. And I'm really excited about it. But I had to buy two of them because I knew that one was going to be a custom, and I just wanted one to keep straight up like this. Because again, I love the Hulk. Yeah, this figure is really neat. I am big into the posability. You know, I like to do the photos. And then even like behind me, when I set them up, and I like to let them kind of live a life outside the plastic prison, you know. Not that I'm opposed to anybody that wants to keep it in the box. You know, all my classic stuff, you know, all that's sealed. It never will be opened. That's the way I like that. But these action figures in particular, man, I find that they are just so much fun to work on. And, you know, I've always been an artist. I've always done things in a, you know, creative kind of way. And these guys really bring me back to being a child again and being able to actually paint figures and work on them. Man, it's just so much fun, and I don't care what anybody thinks. It's awesome. And if you're watching the video, chances are you already know that. But this guy, man, I'm super excited to get my hands on him. I'm excited to take some pictures. Let's see how posable he is. Let's put him in a fight scenario. Let's see what this guy can do, you know? That's my attitude. So let's get him over to the table. Let's tear him open. Let's have a look at this figure and actually get him in our hands. We'll shoot some pictures, and then we'll come back and talk about him when we're done. Man, I'm excited. Let's go. So here is our Immortal Hulk. This guy is actually a really nice figure. I can see so many good things about him. You know, for a big action figure, you run into limitations with how much they're going to move and stuff. This guy's not bad. He has pretty good overall movement. Let's real quick. His arms go that far. You know, now they rotate around. You can put them clear up or anything. He has this big underarm pit socket, but that's how far his arms will kick back. The elbows bend pretty good, you know, not bad. They're single, and that's about how far they go. The wrists swivel and have some back and forth. So his arm has a little bit of that rotation right there. Then he has pretty good head. You know, you can have him look up and down and side to side. He has the chest crunch, and it swivels, but there's no waist. The waist is locked. There's nothing there. I'm sure it's because this is a big oval, and if it had pivoted of any kind, it would have really interfered with the way it looked and stuck out over the edge. So I'm guessing that's why they just didn't bother with that. His legs have some swivel in the hips, so you can turn his knees out. They go up a little bit and back a little bit. Not bad, but at least it looks good, you know. But you can kick his leg up some, but not too far. You know, if he's straight up, you know, it's enough to sort of get that knee kind of up. His knees are good. They have a double hinge in there, so they kick back pretty far. And his ankles have a pretty good rotation on them. His ankles also have a little bit of this back and forth, which is great because if you want to balance him like he's running or something like that on one foot, you can get that weight just so, and on that ankle, you'll actually get him, okay, you can balance him on one foot. So, took me a little bit there, but, you know, he balances pretty good, all in all. There you go. So, I'm happy with that. The ankle is really good for that. Get a good balance going. The other head that he comes with is pretty cool looking. As you can see, it's like skin ripped away, Terminator kind of look. His head pops off real easy. You can see the little socket and the ball joint there. You can pop this head on pretty easy. And he looks pretty cool with the other head as well. His hands, they pop off pretty good. You can see what kind of setup that is. And the other hands that he comes with pop on real easy. So I like that they gave us the alternate hands. I think that little bit of change makes a big difference when you're doing photos and stuff like that of the figure. And you want him to, you know, maybe not be the same in every picture. This is a great head, though. I love this one. I wish they had just given us one that didn't really have an angry expression, just sort of more of a neutral expression. But this is a great head. And, of course, you know, he has the hands, so you can make them both grabby hands or both punchy hands. Let's just pop the head back on this guy and take a look at him next to a couple of the Mythic Legions figures. Let's get him standing up good. There he is. So first, let's take a look at him next to a half giant. This is a half giant scale Mythic Legions. You can see the size is really nice. They look really good next to each other. Both huge arms, you know, fantastic. I think I'm definitely going to do some pictures with these two guys together because they just look so right next to each other. And then here is a standard size Mythic Legions. This is a Valiant Knight, and you can see the size difference next to Hulk and the half giant. So here's a look at how the three figures all size up together. I really like the way that Hulk scales with the the Mythic Legions. Again, the Hulk is so particularly the Hulk, and the pants and everything else, there's only so much you can do with that. But I feel like this is a really cool figure. If someone was going to do like a custom orc or something, I feel like he'd be a great base figure to work with. But I really think that it's a pretty cool figure, and I'm anxious to see what kind of posing I can get with some other figures. So let's get to the pictures. I'm excited, and then we'll do our wrap up. So there he was, the Hulk. Man, this action figure blew me away for a couple different reasons and was so fun to pose. I mean, he was just a real pleasure. You know that one shot I did where he's holding the two knights by the head up in the air? He was actually holding those two knights by the head up in the air. There was nothing holding the knights except for him. And again, his arms and everything are so firm and everything, and his balance is so good with those big feet that, man, you can literally hold two Mythic Legion Valiant Knights up in the air with his hands. How cool is that? I mean, I was blown away that even worked. It was such a good time. And how about that custom head? Did you catch that? Little Lou Ferrigno there at the end. There it was. That was my custom that from the minute I saw it, I thought, whoa, if I could do like a Hulk Lou Ferrigno version, how cool would that be? So that's why that was what I was talking about, and there it was. And it was a lot of fun. That wasn't a head that I 3D printed, but I painted it and, put it together and stuff. So it was a good time, definitely. What do you guys think of this figure? Did you like him? Do you guys want one? Did anybody order one? I mean, I know a lot of the Marvel collectors of superheroes don't really customize like the people from Mythic Legions do, but I know a lot of my viewers are into Mythic Legions. So what do you guys think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching, as always, for liking the videos, and we will see you next time on Toys in Motion.